I'm going to talk about Bunnyman Bridge today, the legend of Bunnyman Bridge, and why you should never, ever, 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 ever go there. The legend starts that in the early 1900s, there was a bus full of people that were criminally insane, and they were staying at an asylum and being transferred over to a prison because their asylum was closing. And the bus unfortunately swerved and crashed. So this means that a lot of those criminals were able to escape the bus. They got out. Fortunately, almost everybody on the bus was caught. So all these people that were criminally insane were caught and went back and did end up going, to the prison where they were supposed to go. However, one man on that bus did not get caught. He managed to get away, and authorities could not find him. As the authorities searched for Douglas Griffin, they found a bunch of half-eaten and eaten gutted bunny rabbits all over his trail and in that area. So what he had been doing to them, nobody knows. I would assume eating them, but he would gut them and then he would hang some of them on the Fairfax Station Bridge for onlookers to see. What a delightful sight. And unfortunately, the authorities never found him. Then on Halloween night of this same year, there were some teenagers. They were hanging out under the Fairfax Station Bridge, the same bridge where the bunny man had been hanging out and leaving all these bunnies. And at the stroke of midnight on Halloween, they were hanging out, and then the teenagers were never seen again. When they found the bodies of the teenagers, it is said that the bodies were hanging on the bridge. They were gutted exactly the same way as the bunnies were. They say that if you go to Fairfax Station Bridge, which is now known as Bunnyman Bridge, if you go there on Halloween at midnight, then it is said that you will meet the same fate as these teenagers. The bunny man will come after you. There's many iterations of this story, but that alone should be enough to make you not go there, at least at night. However, I did read around that Halloween time, authorities have to block off the area because so many people want to visit Bunnyman Bridge. So if you visit, don't visit around Halloween and just visit in the daylight. Don't mess with it at night. I mean, just in case. And of course, since it is an urban legend, we have to go into what really happened because this was inspired by true events, whether the urban legend is true or not. There is a true story about the bunny man that really did happen and inspired this urban legend. So let's talk about that. It also took place in Virginia. There were several occurrences of people seeing this bunny man. Robert Bennett and his fiance were parked in the area close to the bridge or in the area of the bridge. They were sitting in the car in the dark with it running. Suddenly, they see this movement come out from behind their car, and all of a sudden, the passenger side front window is smashed in. And they look up, and there is a man in a white costume that tells them they are trespassing. He has their license plate number and they need to leave immediately. After they, got the hell out of there as quickly as they possibly could, they found a hatchet on the floor of the car, which is what the bunny man used to smash the car in. Robert Bennett swears that this man was in a bunny costume. So, 10 days after this incident, construction security guard by the name of Paul Phillips went up to a man who was standing on the porch of an unoccupied and unbuilt, unfinished house, but he was just standing on the porch of this house. This man was also dressed like a bunny. He was supposedly in his early 20s, presumed to be the same man that threatened the couple the other night. There's different versions that I've read of this. One says that he was trying to approach the bunny man and the bunny man started to chop away at one of the poles on the porch of this house, which is, pretty threatening. And then one version says that he threatened to chop Paul's head off with the hatchet axe that he had. And then another version just said that he threatened to put an axe wound into his head. Either way, he threatened him with an axe. The creepy part about this, yes, that in itself is creepy. Those things are, as far as we know, confirmed and really happened to people in this area in this time. But over 50 people reported seeing this same bunny man in the area in the days after this incident. Over 50 people also said that they saw this same creepy man in a bunny costume, sometimes with an axe, walking around this area. Nobody was ever murdered, but also nobody ever came forward. This is unsolved. It eventually stopped. The man got out of his bunny costume or left or whatever happened, and it eventually stopped and he was never seen again. Nobody ever came forward to doing it. Nobody ever saw it again. It just happened and then he vanished. Like, what? Whatever version of the story you like, it's a very scary story. Something about people in costumes that makes them unidentifiable and just not seeing all of them or not seeing their face. What really happened is creepier than the urban legend, because the urban legend is very avoidable. Just don't go there, especially not on Halloween, especially not at night. But this kind of thing like can really happen to anybody's town where people just suddenly decide that they want to be creepy. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel if you want to hear more creepy urban legends. And every time I post videos about horror and pretty much any other disturbing thing if you want more of that in your life. All right, that's it for today. Until the next disturbing thing, I will see y'all later. Bye.